Hi students, today I'm going to explain how you will be creating your background research paragraph. Go ahead and get on PowerSchool Learning on our Crystal Inquiry Lab tab. As you click on it, you'll notice that we have a lot of instructions and a lot of documents for this project. We are going to open up background research paragraph directions. This paper actually tells you very detailed directions, and what's nice about it is it gives you a good example and then a bad example for most of the sentences. So rather than just read this, what we are going to do is talk about what this actually says. So on your paper, which you made a paper template, if you go to this section that says background research, this is where you're going to be writing your paragraph. Your paragraph is going to be broken down into 5 sentences. Sentence 1 is going to be a topic sentence. This is going to be a hook sentence, and that just means like when you hook a fish and the fish is stuck on the line, you are trying to hook your reader into wanting to learn more about crystals. Now, I know that's really hard to do. It's hard to think of these creative sentences. So if you can really just think of a general topic sentence about crystals, that is totally fine. The example I used was this one. Crystals are found all over the world and come in a variety of colors. That's not the most engaging, but at the same time, it's a great topic sentence. So if I were creating a background research paragraph, this would be my first one. That's my sentence though, so you definitely need to create your own. Something to note, all of this paper should not have first or second person. I know it's hard to resist, but you cannot give a sentence like this. Did you know crystals are so amazing? You should come and take a look at crystals. Have you ever wondered about crystals? I love crystals. All of those sentences are engaging, but they use I or you, which we have to avoid those aspects of language in this one. So no me, my, I, you, our, we, anything like that. Sentences 2, 3, and 4 will be your next sentences. These are just going to be concrete details or facts that you have found through your reading. So if you go to Noodle Tools and you open up one of your note cards, we would want to use the portion that was paraphrased because we took the original author's text and put it in our own words. So I want to give the reader information about how crystals form. So I could say, I could copy paste this. Rocks that form inside of Earth have larger crystals and are called intrusive igneous rock. So I could copy that, and paste it for my second sentence. Now, this wasn't my original thinking. This came from the author of the text, and I just put it in my own words. So I have to give her credit by putting her last name at the end of my sentence before I put a period. Her last name happens to be DeSoni. Okay, so I go back to my note card. The next fact I had was when rocks cool quickly outside of the Earth, the crystals are smaller. That's a good fact, but let me make sure it flows with my sentence. Oops, so I have rocks that form inside of Earth have larger crystals and are called intrusive igneous rocks. Yeah, that does sound like it might flow nicely. When rocks cool quickly outside the Earth, the crystals are smaller. Okay. That was sentence 3 so far. Okay, I need one last sentence about crystals. Rocks that cool slowly have bigger crystals. I think that's what I just said. When rocks cool quickly outside the Earth, nope, I said the opposite. Okay, so I just did sentence 1, 2, 3, 4. The last sentence would be sentence 5. Sentence 5 is your hypothesis. I know it's hard to resist, but we can't say I think or I predict or if you put the jar in this spot. So we've got to make sure there's no U's or I's in here. So we'll say if a jar is placed, and I'm just going to pretend the freezer. If a jar is placed in the freezer, then it will grow larger crystals because, and that's where you've got to really show your good reasoning in that aspect. Some students ask, could I go over 5 sentences if I needed to? Yes, but make sure the last sentence is your hypothesis. So this is always your hypo. So you could do like a sentence 3, 4, 5 up here to add more facts, and that would be sentence 6. These facts are supposed to be convincing the reader of why you're choosing to place the jar in your location. I hope that makes sense. When you finished, I was just kind of doing these sentences to show you them, but you actually need to make it look like a paragraph. So at the end, I would erase all of these things, erase hypo, and then I'd indent this paragraph, and I'd make it all black. And I'd have to add the because here, period. Hopefully that makes sense with your background research paragraph. Really make sure it flows together. Don't forget to cite the author at least once here, and I think you guys will do great.